Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and I'm back with you today to carry on working in my Christmas journal and starting to decorate some of the pockets and put some of the, actually stick some of them into the journal. I did at the end of after my last video. Sorry it ended so abruptly. I realised I was over the hour and I thought I'd better stop. But I did just finish the belly band I was working on, which you will see I've clipped it into the journal to where I think I'm going to put it. I also, afterwards, I did just tighten up. I did manage to unpick my knot, can you believe? And did tighten up the sewing, the thread here, so that it's nice and firmly in. So I thought I'd start today just by, I've been wanting to put a bit of lace onto the spine. So now that that's all nicely fixed in, I'm going to do that first, I think, and get that done. Right, so I spent a couple of days really not doing an awful lot. I was punching out a load of shapes from my some of my Christmas punches and Christmas trees, and I made some more flowers, and I've just kind of played about really and done a bit of fussy cutting and just had a little bit of a break. So now I'm really ready to get back into working on this journal, and I'm just going to use this beautiful red lace and just put a little bit around the spine, and I think that just finishes it off. So that's my first job. I think I did mention, possibly more than once, that I think I am definitely having surgery on my shoulder in the not too distant future, and I was getting a bit concerned that it might happen sooner rather than later, because I've only been on the list like a month. I thought initially that I'd have quite a long wait, and then I've now got, as I think I may have told you, what they call a pre-assessment appointment, which usually indicates that surgery is fairly imminent. So, and that's as I'm recording, is next week still. And I was getting quite anxious that because in when I've had operations in the past, usually the pre-assessment is about 2 weeks before the actual operation. So I was starting to think, well, maybe I might be having something happen in December, which was freaking me out somewhat, with Christmas as well, because I was thinking I was going to have to get so much done before Christmas. And I was trying to speed up my video making just in case I had to get this done before I went in. And I think I may have mentioned all this, but out of the blue yesterday, I got a call from my surgeon. I mean, I didn't think surgeons did things like that, but he phoned me up just to see how I was, which was amazing in itself. So I was able to say to him, I've got this pre-assessment appointment next week. And he said, oh, well, that's really good. But he said, but it won't be happening, you won't be having your operation before Christmas. It'll probably be in January. So I thought, well, that's a relief, just to know that I'm not going to be having the operation before Christmas. In a lot of ways, it would be great to get it out of the way, because my shoulder is really giving me a lot of trouble, and it would be great to get it done, and I'm really want to get it done. But just to know I've got time to get myself ready for Christmas, because there's always seems to be so much to do, and I thought I was going to have to get all my presents bought and wrapped, and and obviously I wanted to get all these videos done, and I wanted to get this finished, and I wanted to get the sewing journal finished for my friend, because once I've had the op, I shall probably be out of action for some weeks, I imagine. Well, I'm sure, because this is the second time I've had this done. And the first time was 25 years ago. Things are somewhat different now, but I still think the recovery time will be fairly lengthy, but it could be, I may not be this time, I don't know. Things may have changed in 25 years, and so much has. Anyway, so it just did take the pressure off me somewhat, as far as getting ahead on my videos and things like that. So it was a bit of a relief not to know I've not got this happening quite as imminently as I sort of slightly feared stroke hoped. You know, it's that mixed blessing idea that, you know, I want to get this over and done with, move on and have a shoulder that doesn't hurt all the time. But at the same time, a relief I haven't got to get, that it's not going to be happening quite as soon as I thought it might. So that was my news yesterday. It made me happy just to know, even if he'd said, oh yes, we're going to be doing that, you know, on such and such a day or such and such a week, we're hoping to get it done, you'll be all done by Christmas. Even if he'd said that, I would have been happy, because sometimes it's just the not knowing, isn't it, that kind of weighs on your mind and is there when you wake up in the morning and you think what's going to happen, you know, and trying to plan ahead but without really knowing what you're planning for. So yeah, that was a relief to know. So I will carry on making the videos as much as I can. I still need to get my, you know, the sewing journal done before the surgery, but it gives me a little bit more time to do that. That's about as I wanted it, I think. I think that just finishes it off. I quite like that. Well, I do like that very much. Okay, oop, bit of lace escaped there. I don't think we'll keep that bit, but just a bit too small. Right, so let's go in here. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put pockets in here. Don't know if I need it, and also because I've put flowers on the front, it's going to be, you know, I might be able to, might put something in there, but I'm not sure at the moment. So I did stick this pocket in, so that's ready to go, because I really liked it there. So there's a few pockets I've already glued in because I know that's where I want them, and they'll just need a little decorating. I don't know that this will need much because it's such a pretty scene. It's kind of there, isn't it, really? So I don't know if I shall do anything on there. Then I've just put this one in position here. I think it's going to go there. I quite like it, but I didn't, because I need to decorate it a bit before I stick it in. So I've just put that in position. And then, have I got any? Oh yes, here we are. This one I know I wanted here, so I have glued that one in. I put a little bit of extra decoration on there, but again, some of these pockets are just so pretty already. They don't need an awful lot. And I will probably put things like some lace or something along the edge of a lot of these pages just to pretty them up a bit. Another pocket sewn in. This one definitely needs a bit of decorating because, not sewn in, stuck in, sorry. Because it's a bit plain. And I've clipped this one in. So I might put a little decoration across here. Sometimes you just have to live with things a little bit and see them in place and think, do I want it there or not? But so a lot of these I've just clipped into place until I've made my decision as to whether they stay there. I might change this one actually, because I think I might prefer it. Trouble is, I seem to be putting everything on that side, but I think I quite like it. I prefer it there, I think. We'll see. Clip it into place and see whether I still like it when I get to decorating it. Pop that clip on there. So they will all get glued in eventually. It's just wanted to place things temporarily. And then I've got my belly band, and this is the one I made or finished off in the last video. I still love it. Oh, really, it's just such a pop of glamour and glitz, and I just love it. I really love it there. So I have a plan for something I'm going to make, hopefully in the next video, to go in the belly band, which I will tell you about at the end if I have time. So there's a bit of space for journaling, and I think I won't completely fill this, because I think as I'm using the journal, which I hope to get to do, I may well add things as I go along, so I'm not completely stuffing it full. So there's my middle, which I love that page. And so at the moment I haven't got an awful lot going on in the middle, but there may be more things to add. Here's my little belly band stroke tuck that I was working on at the end of the last video, and all I've done really is I put a little bit of lace behind. I had a little scrap of doily floating around on my desk, so I popped that behind this little girl. Now she is a digital from, let me just check the name of the Etsy shop. I think it's something like Allegra Digital, if I can find it. It's always the way, isn't it? The one you want. There we go. Got this. It's just a sheet of little Victorian children, Victorian Christmas children. It's called, by Allegra Digital. If I haven't already, I'll try and link that digital below this video. So I just popped her on there. I thought she was dead cute, and I just put a little label because it felt like she was floating otherwise. So I just put that little label there, just saying Merry Christmas. And I think that's probably a Dreams Etc. label. So yeah, I just finished that off and stuck the bit of lace on. I think I may have already done that in the video. And I've just clipped that on there as a side tuck. And that's there. Then I have this one here, which is the one from DD Farrago, one of the DD ones. So I've clipped that in there. Then I've got my corner pocket here, and I've chosen to use this one because I just love him, and that's gone on there. This pocket is glued in, needs a little decoration, and this is the pocket that was one of those included in the kit, and I put that in there. And then this one is going to go here, I think. Yeah, it seems to have got it's got unclipped, but it's going to clip in somewhere. Whoop, somewhere here. Whoop, there we go. Somewhere there. Not quite sure exactly where it'll go, but it'll be there because I like that there. And then I've got my side tuck here. So they're all in. I don't know if I'll add some more as I go along, but I may well do. But for today, I think it's just a case of having a look and see if they need any decorating and doing a bit of that. Just deciding whether I want to put anything on here. Could put a little bit of lace across the top of the pocket, which would be quite nice. Or a bit of trim of some sort. So I've got some red rickrack, which might be quite a nice way just to finish off the pocket. That's quite nice. Or some bits of, I think this is a bit too thick. Let's try this one. Too wide. I think it's a bit too much. Just want a little something along along the edge. Put that back. I've got a narrower one somewhere. Whoa. I'm starting to tip. Okay, what have I got here? Got this little one. Nope, rick-rack. Just thought I'd try some more neutral ones to see what I thought, if it looked better, but actually I really like this red rick-rack, so that's going to be what I'm going to use. And I think I'll use the Fabri-Tac just because it's that bit stronger, and this is quite thick stuff to stick on. try to do a fairly thin bead, because Ric Rac's not all straight, so you don't want it everywhere. Right, there we go. Yep, that just gives it that little bit of an edge. But I didn't really want to cover up this pretty scene, I just think that's so pretty. There we go. Right, now this one. Let's put the book aside and see what we want to do on here. There's quite a few things that need decorating on here, aren't there? So I've got this, and I've got the journaling card that goes inside the pocket, which of course has got a little bit, oh, it's because I've got a clip on it. No wonder it's got stuck. I've got that. And the big journaling card for the back. And the pocket itself. Ooh, what am I going to do? Just have to take them one at a time, I guess. So, I think I might put, because it's going to go that way. I just want a little something down there, really, don't I? Let's have a look at my little clustery thingies. If I've got something quite slim that would go. I've got that. Ooh, about a million strings hanging off it. Strings everywhere on this. I think this is very, very fraying fabric, whatever you call it, frayable. So I could put that there. The colour doesn't quite go. What else? This one. Too big. That one's a bit too big as well. But this one. I think they're all just a little bit too wide. It's quite a narrow. No, they're just a little bit too much. Too much. I don't know whether my little bit of cluster would work. Not cluster, what am I talking about? Ruffle. Here we go. A little bit of ruffle, maybe. Could just do a little ruffly thing, and maybe a little flower. Maybe that's what I'll do. Just cut off a little bit of ruffle. It's cute. And put a little ruffle there. And maybe I've got a very small button, maybe, to go there. Oh, clonk, sorry. Just hit you with my head. Oh, little pot of buttons here. Yeah, let's get the right shade of red, isn't it? It's too pinky. But that might work. Because some of them are quite thick, that's not too bad. I could just pop that there. Another thing I have, so I've been going through some of my all of my ephemera stuff from my scrapbooking days, really. I've got these flare badges, which might be too thick. I'll just have a look. So one I would go would be this one here, but it says number 25, and that's not going to be on the 25th. This pocket's much earlier than that, so I don't know if that will actually work, although it goes really well. I'd have to do it that way, wouldn't I? I think it's too, no, I think it's too thick. Oh dear. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Can't make a simple decision on just that little bit. Still want to get it right. It's all part of the fun. Got this little thing that I bought. It's like a Christmas tree brad, and I've just fed this bit of ribbon through it, and I wonder if that would look quite interesting there, like that. I think that's what I'll do. Just for something different. Now where's my... There it is. Glue was hiding. Okay. Although I'm still... It's no, I think the orientation's wrong, that's the trouble. Anyway, I like this, so I'm going to put this on anyway. And I'll just have to keep an open mind as to what I put with it. Much as I like that there, it doesn't quite work because it really needs to be like that, doesn't it? And that doesn't look right. But I'll keep it out. I may still come back and put this button on, but I do like to feed a little bit of thread through, so I might have to do that off camera, just because it's just too slow, just too fiddly to do in our allotted time. Okay, let's lay that down so it doesn't get too clogged up again. Yeah, so that's those bits. I don't think I'll be using any of those today. Right, now I've got this little card, so that's a journaling card or a card you put a photograph on, so I just want to put something on the front here. So I've got various digitals to try out. A lot of the Dreams Etc. ones, which are really cute. So I could do that. I don't think the colours on here are quite right. So I like this little house, was quite cute. I rather liked it. No, I want something long really. I could try some of these Victorian children, I really like them. So I might put one of those on. What we got here? How about these two on the toboggan? Oh, looks like I didn't quite finish cutting it out. Let's just finish this last little bit of cutting here. I don't know whether I must have got distracted. Not quite got around to finishing it. Right, so they're rather sweet. I think they just need a little bit of cheesecloth behind them. If I can find a little piece. Here's a little piece. Let's see if it's suitable. just a little bit wide. Just a little something behind them. Oop. Right, put that there. Let's give them a little bit of a ink up. Where I've, just to cover up some of the white bits where I haven't been able to get completely up to the edge with my cutting. Don't want any nasty white bits showing, do we? A bit of ink can hide a multitude of sins, particularly when it's quite a fiddly. These are quite fiddly things to cut out sometimes, but they are really, really, really sweet little characters. I do like them very much. Right, so I'm going to, I think, use a bit of this for the cheesecloth. Make sure I've got it wide enough. Right. Oop. There we are. Where's my little press down with my card, make sure it's all, as long as most of it's caught down, it doesn't matter if it curls up a little bit around the edges. And then put these guys on top. There we are. Oh, they are sweet. I like them very much. I like all these little, I mean, I could just picked out any of these little characters from the Allegra Digital Christmas children, because they're all adorable, really. And they just finish off a card. So there we are. That card goes in there. Oops. Oops, caught his leg. Clearly didn't stick that down very well, did I? A bit more glue. Okay, perhaps I won't put him in yet until he's dry. And then this was the journaling card that goes in the pocket. And look who's just fallen onto the journaling card. I didn't put her there, but I think that's where she wants to be. Look at that. Goes so beautifully, doesn't it? I don't think I want to put anything behind her, really, because I really like the paper. And I think she goes on there beautifully, so she's just going to go on there. She's made her decision. I just need to do a little topper for this card. So one of the things I was doing when I got my punches out, obviously 30 minutes, cut out again, caught me out again, sorry. So as I was saying, one of the things I was doing when I was doing a load of punching was punching a load of circles and making whale tail tabs. I'm sure I've shown you these before that I've made, Rachel from Roxy Creations did on her channel. So they're really, really simple to do, and I did have another circle punched, so I could just quickly show you how to do it again, but I don't know what happened to it. I thought I put it in the bag, but I clearly didn't. So I'll quickly show you how I made these. Just get my circle punch out. If I've made this before, shown you this before and it's boring, just wind on the video. Right, 2-inch circle. This isn't ideal because this is very, you know, it's just normal paper, so it's not going to punch brilliantly. Just what I had on my desk. It's going to all bend up now, isn't it? Come on. Sorry, I should have grabbed a thicker piece of paper, but I just don't have any handy. I'll probably find, after the video, I'll find the circle that I punched ready to show you. This is just for demonstration purposes anyway, and it's very quick. So once you've got your circle, you fold it in half. Get your 1-inch circle punch out. Oh, this is my scalloped one. Sorry. Quickly do this. Do the quarter, just go into the middle and punch. Turn it over. Go into the middle again. So you've got like a little segment, punch. So you end up with that piece. And you could leave it like that. But then what I've been doing, which is also what Rachel showed us how to do, curve that little piece, that little corner with your scissors, and snip that end off, turn it over, do a little curve there, just curve around the corner there, snip off that little corner, and there you have a little whale tail punch, or tab should I say. So as the whale tail punches are impossible to find, and there are other tab punches around, I just don't have any tab punches, so that one's the closest I'm going to get using my punches I have got, and I really like them. So I just sat and did a load, because you can punch out a load of circles in no time at all. I did it a bit sort of like a mass make, and I just did the load of circles, then I did all my little my little corners, and then I went back with the scissors and went through them all and snipped them all. So I've now got all of these. It's a really good way to use up your scraps as well, because that's what I did. I just went through a load of scraps that I had and just made loads of these tabs. So now I've just got to find one that's got the right colour. So I could use that, but that won't work with the... Might actually use that one. It's not very Christmassy. I mean, it is Christmas paper, but it's not got a very busy pattern on it. Or is there's that one? That would work. Yeah, I think I'll use that. Okay, so all I have to do... get my glue, unclog my glue, because I've got to put the pin back in, didn't I? Right. Oh, goodness me. Come on, glue. I haven't got time for this. It's going to take me ages to decorate my journal at this rate, isn't it? But then the decorating is part of the fun, so let's spend a bit of time doing it. Now that I haven't got to rush the way I thought I was going to get it finished, I can actually enjoy myself a bit more now. Oh no, I wanted it the other way around. I didn't want the white bit at the front. There we are. I might just ink this edge. Let's stick that there. Ink it a little bit there. Oh, I haven't inked around this card, have I? So this would be quite a nice sized card for journaling, or, which is probably more likely what I will do, put a photo on, or 2 or 3 photos, depending on how big I print them. Because I can either print them on my main printer, or I've got my little zip printer where I do the little 2x3 photos, and I might be printing those. All depends what sort of photos I end up with this year. So there we are. So that's my journaling card that pops into the pocket. I can just open it. And then, oh, I hadn't even thought about that. Should have done. Look, she's going, oh no, I didn't think about that, look. Yeah, of course, if I'd been a bit more experienced, I'd have figured out that I need to actually have her face or somebody's face in the window, but I wasn't thinking about where it was going to show. So you can't see her face, she's hiding from us. But never mind. We see her when she pops out. All you can see is her body and there's her head. So, yeah, she's not the most well-positioned digital, but never mind. That comes with experience. So I'm learn about these things. I know when I'm watching somebody else doing these things, I think, oh, make sure you've got a picture showing through the window. Of course, I didn't think of that myself, did I? No. Right, so I've got that, and I've got that. Where's me, where it is? So I've got my big tag, which goes behind the whole thing, or tucks in at the side, depending on how I stick it down, really. So I just need to put something on there. I need something quite big, don't I, really? I don't know if I've got big things. I think there's some biggish things in some of these digitals from Dreams, etc. Nice big Santa. Oh, there was the bells, wasn't there, which has got quite a good, because it's got the colours. So if I was to put something, that would go quite well. If I was to put something behind that, let's have a think. What would go? No. I quite like the idea of maybe a bit of fabric. Is that a bit radical? Don't know. Let's have a try. Because it might just catch, mightn't it? If it's not stuck down really well. Maybe a bit of paper. Or I've got some bits of paper. Paper scraps that might be quite nice to use. Not too close in colour, just a bit, isn't it? Or maybe this darker green. Just want to find something that will just lift it. Now I've got a thought, but I've got to find it. I'm just going to pause the video for a moment while I go and find this piece of paper that I think I know where it is, but it might take me a few minutes to find it. Okay, so this was the bit of paper I went looking for, and of course I found a few other possibles as well. So I just wanted something to lift it away, because although the colour, the colours work well on that background, it needs to be something to break it from the background. So I thought of maybe a bit of gold, but I'm not sure now. That's a bit too much. I found a few other possibles. I thought one thing I thought I might try was perhaps a bit of doily. I've got a gold doily here. I don't know if maybe that'll be a bit sort of a softer look. If I just cut a little piece of that, I'll just try that. Or a normal white doily might even work as well. Let's give that a try, shall we? It's a bit too much. These doilies are a bit big, really. It's quite nice, but maybe it's just a bit too much doily. Cut a bit off. I'm thinking about a little bit of softer doily behind. Just plain. Why not? Just see if anything... I don't hate that. I might just cut that down as well. Do love a bit of doily. So what if I had a bit of that and a bit of that? It's quite pretty. I also have a few scraps, because I thought it might be quite nice. I don't know if this will work as well, or instead to have a bit of the this gold embossed red paper that's on the front of the pocket, just to put a little bit of that behind, just to pull the whole thing together. This is not very easy to tear. I don't know if it'll work with my tear ruler. I'll try it with my other hand. Don't think this is going to tear very easily. I may have to cut it. Oh no, maybe it will. Yep, just needed a little help. Bit behind there. What do we think? I've gone over the top now. Maybe just a tiny bit of gold. Don't like that sticky out bit there. That there. Too many bits to poke in the holes on this little bit of digital thingy. Little die cut. It's going in all the holes on the doily. Okay. Maybe that will work. Okay, I think I'll go with that. Just for the hell of it. So, doily on first. I do love a doily. They just make everything look a little bit softer and prettier. I used to use a lot of doilies on my scrapbooking as well. Just one of those things I've always liked. Make sure we stick down these edges, because otherwise when it gets tucked behind they'll be catching. Right. Okay, and then this little piece of red paper. I've had this piece of paper for years and years and years, and I didn't use it because it was just didn't quite work in the scrapbooking. I've had it as a, bought it as a scrapbooking paper, and finally this year I found a use for it in my junk journaling, which is quite nice. And there's a few things like that that I bought years ago when I first started doing scrapbooking, and then never used them and hung on to them and hung on to them, because you don't get rid of things, do we? No. And then suddenly they've been perfect when I've started junk journaling. Funny how things can sometimes just be repurposed in a different craft, and they actually work much better. And similarly with these gold doilies, I've had these a long time as well, and they were just always just too bright and too garish. But it never occurred to me to cut them up. I know it seems daft, but when I was scrapbooking, you just put a doily behind your photo or whatever it was you were doing. Oh no, I haven't stuck that yet. It didn't occur to me to start chopping things about and just using a little bit to just tuck behind. It just seems a bit bizarre, really, that you just sort of don't do certain things. You just do differently with a different craft. Could have used them if I'd have thought of just using a little bit. They wouldn't have looked so garish. Okay. Right. Okay. That's about where I want it, I think. Right, so I had to put it all back together. Got that. My little card. That goes in there. So you wouldn't have seen the little girl in the pocket anyway. Oh, and the other thing I've got to do is just find something to put through the top of the tab, haven't I? Where's my bag? There it is. Now, have I got anything narrow enough to go through? Quite like the idea of a bit of this, but it's just I thought I had a narrow one. I did have a narrow one. Perhaps I haven't got any left because I've got it here. Look, a bit of narrow gingham. I don't think it's in here. I don't think any of this is narrow enough. So I think I might just grab some baker's twine. Sorry about that. That took me a while to find it. I also found some more red ribbon. And I might have something in there I can use. Oh, there's some more trim and stuff in there. Every time I go and look for one thing, I find a load of other stuff. But I thought I would use... Oh, I've got this. It's like a raffia, red raffia. Might use that. You never know when it's going to come in handy, do you? Right. Let's get myself comfortable again. It's a bit thick, this. Have to squish it to get it through the hole. Come on. Okay. There it is. Right, just trim that off a little bit. And we have a little top, a little little pulley thing for my tag. Oh dear, sometimes you just can't remember the words when you know them really. Right, let's just make a little bit of space here. Bring back in my journal. Now I'm ready to stick it in, I think. Really pleased with that. I love this little way this little card's ended. I don't know, there's just those little faces. I think they look so adorable sitting there. So they've got to go in. Now I've got to remember where I was going to put them, haven't I? So it wasn't there. Was it there? Was it there? I think it might have been there. They're either there. Was it? No, they didn't go right there. They're going to go on there, I think. Was that where I was going to put them? I think so. There wasn't really many options, were there? Okay, so they're going to go there. If I stick it there, then the tag needs to go in, I think, there. So I'll just glue it in down this side. So you can see it started life as an envelope. I don't know if you can see that. I've even written in which week it was. The week 1, episode 2 this was, just in case you want to know, from Dee Dee Farrago's series that she did. I wrote it on the back so I'd know. Just hold it down. It's quite a thick one, so it takes a bit of gluing. I may have to do a bit of topping up at some point on the corners if it doesn't catch completely. So I'll leave that to dry before I put this behind it. Move on. I'm going to leave that as is for now. How are we doing for time? Ooh, we've only got 5 minutes left. So I did want to do a little bit of decoration on some of these pages, certainly some of the plainer ones. Let's see if I can find a little something to go up here, or maybe a little bit of decoration. How about a little piece of my snippet roll. That's what it's for. Cut it off. Do a bit of trimming up because it's got a lot of strandy bits. And just stick it along the edge there. Boom. We're done on this one. I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac. I need to put my glue. Oops. Oh dear. It's got a bit stuck. Got a bit gluey, that one. The needle pin, should I say. Won't go in because it's got a little bit gummed up. There we go. Whoa! Right. That way round. Or that way round, because then the little gingerbread man's facing the right way then, isn't he? Okay, let's do it that way round. Yes, this side. Just want it sticking out a little bit across, out the side a little bit. There. There we go. First bit of snippet roll added to my journal. That's good, like that. Let's move on. Managed to stick the pages together, of course. Doesn't surprise me. Shouldn't surprise anybody. Right. We are now just coming up to our hour. I'm afraid we didn't get very far today, so we decorated that a little bit. Spent a fair amount of time decorating this. Put on our snippet roll, little piece of snippet roll. And this is what's happening next. Although I think in the next video, just quickly, my plan for the next video is not to carry on with this, but to do something else a little different. I'll quickly show you what I want to do in my next video. So I want to make one of these, because I want to put this in, put one in my belly band. This is one I made last year. I can't remember who did the original on YouTube. I really liked it. So I made one for myself last year. And if I can find out who made it originally, I'll let you know. But I will make it. So this is a 3 envelope flip out. As you can see, it holds, I can put lots of photographs. I've got journaling on there, more photographs. I just love this. And then more photographs. And then it just folds in, tucks down. You can either do a little something to clip it behind. On this one I did the slot because that was what happened on the original video. So you just put that in there, and even with all the photographs in it, look, it's still really quite thin, and the back is all collaged as well. So you collage or do whatever you like to cover it. So it can take a little while. It could well be a 2-parter, but I just love it. I really like it. It's just neat. And it's just a fun thing to do, to flip this out and it tells a story. This one particularly tells the story of my little granddaughter when she opened her little dolly cot that we bought her last year. Instead of putting a dolly in it, you can see what she did. She got in it herself, and it was just adorable. And sat in there, she was happy as Larry, put all her toys in, tucked herself in with the bedding, and it was so cute. So I told that story in this flip out. So I'm hoping I'll have a similar story to tell this year. So that's going to be our next 1 or maybe 2 videos. Okay, so thank you for joining me. Please do join me again for the next video. And bye for now. Bye-bye.